let me express that today I spoke to. Can I keep calling him Ratso, Fatso, Ratso, Public Axo? We spoke to Matt Connington, and it took me a year to pronounce his name. Look, let me explain something. He had it all wrong from the time that we had a problem to the time now. What I mean by I spoke to him today, we had a fucking conversation today. And because he's been taking who he thought was me. It was somebody else that called. Thought it was fucking me. Okay? And it's a recording of me. So, I mean, months ago, he didn't want to pick up the phone. Now, all of a sudden, he's picking up the goddamn phone. And he thinks he's talking to me when he's talking to a recording. Anyway, I called him up today. He's probably up here now. And we had a long, long, long conversation. I think, for the most part, it might have been a positive conversation. But he has spread a lot of lies about me to his fan base. And he has spread a lot of poison about me, which I don't like. Because the truth is the truth. And lies are lies. The thing is, he's wrong about me. And I made sure today in our conversation that he knew, that I know, that he made lots of statements that were false and untrue. He basically either lied or didn't have his information straight. I don't expect anything out of this conversation today that we had. I expect nothing to come out of this. I am not going to, because when I originally met him, I wanted a job at the radio station and I wanted to be on his internet site. And he probably would have gave it to me if it wasn't for fucking that big mouth Yenta telling him, oh, Joe's talking about the Jews and Joe's talking about the Watusis and the Chocolatos and all that, which was a bunch of bullshit. Because it just showed me that these people are just a bunch of fucking leftist liberal douchebags. And they think that, see, they don't have a perception of what reality is because they've never lived in my city. They know nothing about cultures. And that's the mistake that Public Axo Ratso makes. He doesn't know shit about nothing. It doesn't, I mean, it's, he's not a complete dummy, but he is a dummy. He knows nothing about New York culture. He knows nothing about real black culture. He knows nothing about Muslim culture. He knows nothing about Middle Eastern culture. He knows nothing about any of the cultures of the world. He's a fucking ignorant fuck. Because he never lived in New York. That's what makes him ignorant. Not in general ignorant, but culturally ignorant. He's too white. That's his whole fucking problem. He's too much of a white boy. Uneducated to the streets of New York. uneducated to the culture of New York. New York is the fucking epic center of the world. Let me repeat that. New York is the epic center of the world, then, now, and forever. This country does not run without New York. And I am proud to say that I am from fucking New York. And that makes me a star. That makes me the greatest motherfucker on the planet compared to you fucking assholes out there. See, Matt thinks that we can live in this perfect world, that everybody gets along, and there's no racism, and there's no prejudice. There's going to be racism and prejudice for as long as man walks this fucking planet. And if you don't fucking understand that, Ratso, I suggest you start reading some fucking books on the subject of race relations and cultural relations and New York, the capital of race. Because every fucking race and nationality lives in this fucking city. And nobody likes anybody. And if you think that's true, you are a dumb, ignorant fuck. Because nobody likes anybody in a multicultural society like New York City. But you see, you white boys are so wet behind the ears, you don't know anything about nothing. You're stupid. Why are you so fucking ignorant? If you don't know something, look it up. Read it. Get statistics. Don't just take it from me, because you won't, because you're dumb bunch of fucking stupid ass assholes. You don't talk the truth. You don't speak the fucking truth. You fucking lie. You live in a fantasy world. I live in a real fucking world. I have the experience of 10,000 lifetimes to know what I'm talking about. What the fuck do you assholes know? You know shit. You know how to be a bunch of fucking douchebags. That's all you know how to be. And that's why Ratso doesn't like me, because he doesn't understand culture. He doesn't understand New York City. That our culture is worldwide. What we do in New York City, it affects the whole fucking world. You got me, asshole, up there, who's a coward who doesn't identify himself, you fucking jerk off. I fuck your mother, okay? Stupid bitch.